If they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling. I really do.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
But furthermore, he's a superstar in Japan. He doesn't really need to leave Japan to maintain his superstar status.
As fans eagerly await a thrilling bout between two of the sport's most exciting fighters, Inoue Monster and Gervonta, the boxing world is ablaze with rumors. Following Inoue's recent dominant performances that cemented his status as a pound-for-pound king with his flawless technique, blistering speed, and devastating power, speculation about Davis erupted. The Japanese superstar has established himself as practically untouchable in the ring, while Davis, with his fierce knockout power and unwavering aggression, continues to be a formidable opponent in a number of divisions.
28 wins, no losses, no draws, 25 wins by way of knockout. He's a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and is super bantamweight unified champion, right? So he has a fight coming up anyway.
Fighters at the top of their game and legacies at stake, this bout has already become the most talked about possible fight of 2025. Although promoters have not confirmed any talks, the stage is set for what could become an iconic chapter in boxing history. Fans everywhere hope the boxing gods grant their wish.
I like, what's the guy from Japan?
Inoue?
Yeah.
Do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catchweight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technically that fight right there, like man. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah.
I'll be too big for him. Yeah. But that fight would be like,
it's like a dream fight.
Yeah, fact.
In response to the mounting rumors of a possible battle with Inoue, Davis said he understood the intrigue of the matchup and that it would be enjoyable. But he was also worried about the weight difference between them, speculating that he might be too big for Inoue. Since Inoue is currently the undisputed super bantamweight champion and Davis competes at lightweight, this sentiment highlights the significant weight difference. It would be difficult for Inoue to move up multiple weight classes, making this highly anticipated fight unlikely anytime soon.
Said there's nothing that you have that can give him real problems. All you have is power.
He said that?
Inoue said that.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to go crazy. You trying to catch me?
No, I ain't trying to catch you, bro.
Huh?
I ain't trying to catch you, bro.
He didn't say that?
Yeah, he said it.
Show me.
You heard him
Well,
say that, Ron?
I think there's a lot of, compilations, they combine things. I think I've seen it, but I don't know if it...
I don't think he said that.
Because there's no way he said that. Come to be a boxer.
In interviews, Davis has continuously praised Inoue boxing skills. In a recent press conference, a reporter asserted that Davis had not in any way discounted his ability, saying that he just possessed power and posed no genuine threat. Davis has since emphasized Inoue's skill set and accomplishments, recognizing him as one of the best fighters in the sport. Inoue later clarified the situation by tweeting, "I never said anything like that," reaffirming the mutual respect between the two champions. Davis was clearly shocked by this claim and replied, "There's no way he could say that for him to be a boxer like that. There's no way he could say that." He then asked for proof of the alleged comment, expressing disbelief.
Do you think that's just, a weight class too high? I don't even know what weight that would be at, maybe 130, but is that just too much, or do you think he's capable of going up there and beating a Tank Davis?
No, Tank's an absolute dog, but if they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling, I really do.
Yeah. Well, TJ, I appreciate your time. Obviously, 15th of March, you're fighting Nick Bull. Just any final words, any prediction, any message to your fans?
Not so much a prediction, but the fans can expect fireworks. It's going to be a great fight, and I'll be walking away as a two-weight world champion. I can guarantee that.
In response to the continuous discussion around a potential bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and Inoue, former world champion TJ Deeney has stated that the weight difference makes the fight nearly unthinkable. While fans hope to see these two pound-for-pound stars, Deeney thinks Davis battling at lightweight would be too much for Inoue, who hasn't expressed any enthusiasm in going over 122 lbs, where he is currently dominating his division. Collisions. Although boxing fans have called for Inoue to test himself at super featherweight 130 lbs or even lightweight in a massive fight against Tank Davis, Dini notes that his physical limitations make it extremely unlikely. Such a bout could determine the sport's true pound-for-pound king, but he doesn't seem content at 122 lbs, where he continues to easily destroy his opponents before moving up to face bigger, more dangerous opponents. A bout with Davis seems unlikely, because fighters weighing 126 lbs or more would need to make a huge leap in risk and physical adaptation, something Inoue hasn't done yet. Dini thinks Inoue's peak is probably at 126 lbs. The Irishman explains that for a fight like this to even be considered, the size, power, and general physicality of Davis, who has a perfect record of 30 wins with 28 knockouts, would present challenges that Inoue, with his smaller frame, could struggle to overcome. Dini suggests a possible meeting at super featherweight as a compromise, but the logistical and physical challenges remain significant. Boxing fans continue to hope for both era-defining matchups, but Dini highlights the reality of weight classes and physical limits in the sport, while Inoue's dominance is undeniable. Fans are eager to see him step out of his comfort zone and face tougher opposition, but a fight with Davis would require Inoue to take risks far beyond anything he has demonstrated a willingness to attempt. For now, the fight remains a fantasy, and Inoue is left to continue solidifying his legacy within his current division.
Kind of pivot into the fact that, I see it on Twitter all the time, and I've talked about it before while being in Japan. Can Tank and Inoue actually fight each other one day? It's a good question, because I don't think it's far-fetched. Now, more than likely they won't fight because Inoue's aligned himself with Turkey, right? And Tank doesn't work with Turkey. He don't like Turkey. On top of that too, you have the weight thing. Inoue stated when he fought Neri that he weighed 138 pounds. Tank tweeted during the build-up to this fight with Lamar Roach that he was on weight at 138 pounds. So they kind of have like Inoue's fight night weight is probably close to what Tank's walk around weight is.
A battle between Gervonta and the Tank. Given their exceptional talent and undefeated records, Davis and Naoya Inoue have the ability to captivate the boxing world. However, a significant barrier might be Davis's reluctance to collaborate with boxing promotion titan Turki Alek. Despite this fan's desire for the day the two champions meet, since both have shown they can deliver, Davis has publicly stated that he dislikes Alek and has little respect for his presence in the sport. This friction could make it more difficult to organize such a high-profile match. Memorable performances.
In a hypothetical sense, right? If Inoue and Tank did fight each other, that would be the biggest fight in boxing, because you're talking about two, I would say you got the biggest American fighter, as far as American-born fighters, versus the biggest Japanese fighter. So you're talking about the biggest star, not named Canelo, in North America, but from the United States of America, versus the face of boxing in Japan and Asia as a whole right now. So how could that fight not do crazy numbers? I feel like Inoue versus Tank would literally make the world stop. And that would really be like for Tank, if they fought, he's supposed to knock out Inoue.
If a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Naoya never happens, it will surely be one of the biggest events in boxing history. This fight would pit America's most exciting fighter against Japan's most dominant champion, both of whom have undefeated records and legendary knockout power. The fight would not only be a clash of styles, but also a collision of two global icons, enthralling audiences around the world. It would go beyond boxing, symbolizing the meeting of two cultures at the pinnacle of the sport, with both fighters at their best. It could go down in boxing history as an unforgettable chapter.
Davis.
Relax, man.
You like the fight if it happens?
Man, he better sit his left down.
Anyway?
Yeah, of course.
Even though I don't want to make excuses, but he's fighting over there. They ain't testing. You know, I ain't making no excuses. You know what I mean? I ain't making no. He's a good fighter though. He's a good fighter. Me, I ain't fighting that. I ain't making no excuses, but like I told him, man. You know, I'm here for you. You know, go enjoy the fruits and labor of your work, and come back like you never left, man. You'll be.
Inoue's ascent to fame is a proud moment for his nation as it demonstrates the skill and tenacity that Japan has to offer on the international stage. The coach of Gervonta Davis has expressed admiration for what Inoue is accomplishing in the boxing world, acknowledging that his success is great for both him and Japan. He stressed that the focus should be on allowing Inoue to continue his journey and reach his full potential because his accomplishments go beyond the ring and make a significant cultural contribution to his native country. Adrian Bronner recently addressed inquiries on a possible altercation between Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Davis. Bronner recognized Inoue's skill, but hinted that the bout would not be possible because of weight disparities and other considerations, telling reporters to calm down and advising that Inoue sit down. Additionally, he stated that Inoue is fighting over there, which may be a reference to Japan, and that they ain't testing you. These remarks raise questions regarding drug testing, procedures in other jurisdictions. Bronner respected Inoue's skills by acknowledging him as a skilled fighter.
Inoue is
The color hair? No, he is good.
21-0, undefeated. He's a 3-division champion. He's a big puncher. He was champion 112.
Fuck Bam a puncher. He is good.
Who's that?
Inoue. Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
He is good. I'm gonna watch him.
That's the one you asked where he come from.
Yeah. He's Japanese.
Good. His placements and everything.
Footwork.
Yeah.
Defense.
He's 29 years old, and I said that 28.
The dream battle between Gervonta and Inoue has long been a boxing fan favorite, even when he was only 28. The prospect of these two explosive fighters facing off in the ring had already captured many people's attention, and Inoue has only gone on to establish himself as one of the sport's most exciting fighters. Fans have been eagerly awaiting the day these two stars could finally square off, and their excitement has only increased with each year that goes by. If this fight were to take place, it would surely be a spectacle because both Inoue and Davis have amazing power, speed, and skill, making for an exciting and unpredictable bout. Fans have been speculating about this battle since Dant Tank, and Clash demonstrates that it is more than just a fantasy. They are anxious to see it because they know it would be a real banger in the boxing world. Tank hasn't explicitly shown interest in a battle with Inoue, but Davis tweeted good luck to Inoue monster Inoue for his fight. Fans are excited by the tweet and are now interpreting it as a sign that Tank may be willing to take on the Japanese sensation, Tank. Despite their weight differences, Davis, a 3-division world champion with 30 wins and 28 knockouts, holds the WBA lightweight title, stands 5'5", and has a 67-inch reach. Inoue, on the other hand, is a 4-division champion and a 2-division, undisputed champion competing at 122 LABs. At 31 years old, he has a perfect record of 28 wins, 25 by knockout. Tank believes the fight could be huge, citing similar weight jumps by previous fighters like Terrence Crawford and Roy Jones Jr., who has expressed admiration for Inoue in the past, including calling him a beast and wishing him luck in his recent fight in Japan. Inoue responded with a salute, igniting speculation about a future showdown, while Davis acknowledges Inoue greatness. Although Davis's future big fights may be limited to fights against Shakur Stevenson and others, the idea of a no-way move up in weight creates intrigue. Many believe that this fight has the potential to become a legendary super fight, akin to Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao's iconic matchup. But whether it happens will depend on a number of factors, including weight classes and both fighters' willingness to take on the challenge. Tank has expressed respect for Inoue's skills in his remarks, but he thinks that their size difference may be too great to overcome. Nevertheless, the prospect of a bout between the two has generated interest in the boxing world because both fighters are regarded as elite in their respective weight classes, with both men having impressive records and being undefeated. Both fighters' willingness to challenge one another and the logistics of staging such a fight will determine whether or not it happens, but a fight between them could easily draw the attention of boxing fans around the world and rank among the biggest super fights in recent years, similar to the Mayweather versus Pacquiao matchup. Terrence is happening. In order to bring Gervonta Davis and Inoue ideal battle to fruition, Crawford's fight fans are now looking to AAL Sheikh. Sheikh has recently gained notoriety for planning incredible matches, with Davis and Inoue both undefeated. And among the best fighters, it's clear that if Sheikh can pull off one of the biggest fights in boxing history, it will be a spectacle. His ability to bring together high-stakes battles has earned him a great deal of respect, and fans are hoping he'll do the same for this epic showdown. Japanese supporters of Inoue have been quick to defend him, saying that he is already a superstar in Japan and doesn't need to fight Gervonta Tank Davis in the US to prove it. They stress that Inoue has accomplished much in his native country and left a legacy that has established him as one of the greatest. His popularity and skill set in Japan make it obvious that he doesn't need to travel abroad to prove himself. That concludes today's video. Remain tuned until the next one. I realize that success speaks for itself, and many people think he is already a worldwide icon without the need for approval from the American boxing community.